Hey, what's up, Anime Real Talk TV? Your boy Gory. TheGoryKnight is back here again for another review, and this is actually requested by a YouTuber. I did forget the YouTuber's name, but a certain YouTuber had saw that I had favorited the movie Bleach movie 4, the Hell chapter. I had put it in my favorites, and they were wondering if I was going to review it, and I said if I did, if I was going to review it, it was going to be on Anime Real Talk TV. And here I am with the review, and let's get started on this review. So here's the thing, Bleach. I know what you're thinking, right? Really, Zip? You're gonna review Bleach? Here's the thing. If you are one of those people like myself who have just thought Bleach was just shitty since the Soul Society arc ended, really, I am 100%, I am 200% with you. I totally agree that the series as a whole has been very, very bad, very lackluster. Kubo just doesn't know what he's doing with the series. And, you know, that kind of proves the point because he's taking a 3-week break right now with the chapters. But anyway, back to the movie. Here's the thing. Even though I will agree that the series does suck, I do try to give the movies, I view the movies in a way as a separate entity. I try to review them on their own merit, you know, as a separate thing, you know, as not part of the series. Although this movie in a way does take place in continuity because Kubo actually, for a promotion, he actually did do a chapter before the movie came out of the Hell chapter. He did like a prequel to the movie, and so in a way this does take place between, I'm gonna have to say it takes place between the fight that took place between Ichigo and Okura and before he got the Aizen. So it takes place somewhere between that timeline. At least in my mind, that's how I see it. I don't know if they see that. I don't know if they count that as actual continuity. The creators and writers who worked on this movie and Kubo himself, but that's just the way I look at it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and say I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Actually, I had fun watching this. I did watch it on YouTube. It isn't out yet in America, but actually when it comes out in America, I will buy this. I actually have all of the Bleach movies thus far. They're actually all pretty entertaining, as opposed to the series, like I said, which has been pretty bad since the Soul Society arc. But here's the thing. This is why this movie works. This is why I think it's good and enjoyable. It only focuses on a handful of characters. You have Ichigo, of course, the main character. You have Rukia. You have Renji, you have Chad, you have Orihime, and Ushida, and those are the only characters. Those are pretty much the main characters. The Vizars don't show up. The captains don't show up. It's just Ichigo and the basic main, you know, the main characters that Ichigo usually is around. Like I said, Rukia, Renji, and all of them. And there's some stuff going on in Hell. They get attacked by some warriors from Hell, and they have to go back to Hell and take care of some stuff down there. Now, I was looking forward to this because I was wondering after the whole Arrancar arc if there was going to actually be a arc devoted to Hell, but they did a movie on it, so I thought that was an interesting idea because Kubo had kind of foreshadowed that there was a Hell in the Bleach universe. And I was wondering if he was going to go ahead and capitalize on that and explore that part of the Bleach universe. And they do here. Like I said, there's great characterization. Chad actually does something. Ushida actually does something. Usually those characters get booted to the side in the regular series. They usually do something here and there, and then for the rest of the arc, you don't see them at all until the arc is over. And I always find that so funny because I'm like, wait, I forgot Chad even existed. Like, Chad hasn't been around in the series in a long time, but he actually does something in here. And Ushida too. Rukia does some cool stuff. Ichigo has a cool new form in here. Just like some skulls and stuff on the side of his body, with the hell powers. I thought that was really interesting. And man, the animation is amazing. Like the fight scenes are great. That's one thing they do well in Bleach. The fight scenes, the animators who work on this are great, because the opening fight scene in here is actually the fight between Ichigo and Okura, uh, and it's just well animated. It's actually, the animation is actually better than the actual fight itself in the series. They actually made it better, at least in my opinion. So the opening scene was just great, and then like I said, the fights throughout the movie are just well done. They did a good job of animating the characters. Like when the characters get hit, they'll like respond like a human being does. Like I don't know how many animation cells it took to animate it, but I'm pretty sure it took a lot. Like, when a character gets hit, like the characters won't just have that same facial expression and stuff like that. Like they'll actually, wipe their face with their hands and stuff, wipe the blood off, and then they'll go back to fighting, and it looks like real human movements. So I thought they did a good job with that. The music in here was really good. It fits the tone. I love the atmosphere. I love the villains. The villains in here, well, not the well, they are villains, but the henchmen in here are actually really funny and fun. I thought they had some really cool designs. They came up with some really cool character designs for them. So yeah, they were pretty fun and enjoyable. And it was good seeing the good guys go up against them and the fights. Now, like I said, this movie is very enjoyable, but the problem is, and this is a problem with Bleach in general as a series, and Kubo and the people who worked on this movie. Here's the thing. Like I said, the henchmen are pretty fun and stuff, but the villains motivations are just really lackluster. I didn't feel like the villains were really threatening, or they were really like worthy villains. Like I thought they were just really lackluster, and that's a problem with, like I said, with Bleach in general. A lot of the villains turn out to be duds. Like Aizen was really kind of a dud. Genjo was a dud, and they just don't seem like they're really threatening villains, and their motivations were just like really bad. And here's the thing, Kubo does this a lot. Although I don't think Kubo wrote this movie. I forget who was involved in writing this movie, but the writers involved in this series, they always have a villain, right? And they always trying to set him up like we're not supposed to know that he's a villain at first. Like like the villain, he kind of shows up out of nowhere in a way, and he kind of pretends like he's not a villain at first. But the thing is, the character isn't established within the series, so we already know that most likely this random character that shows up is going to be the villain. Like you can just spot that from like day one. I mean, you can spot that right off the bat. So I think that the way they set it up is just really poorly done, because it's like we already know they're the bad guys. Don't make it seem like that. Don't make it seem like they're not the bad guys. We know how that's gonna turn out. We know Kubo's way of telling the story and how he sets things up. It's very cliche and easy to figure out. I thought the movie would have been better if they just would have said, hey, this is the bad guy, these are the good guys, and let's just keep it simple. But other than that though, other than the villains being very lackluster in my opinion, this movie was very simple and to the point, and I think that's why this movie turned out so good, because they kept it simple, they kept it to the point. They didn't try to overcomplicate it by putting like a ton of characters in here and trying to balance it out with trying to give all the captains and advisors and all of them screen time. They just had a handful of characters they stuck with, and the movie was better for it. So with that being said, I'm going to give the movie a solid 7 out of 10. I think that's a pretty good score. And if you've seen the movie, tell me what you think about it. Like I said, I will be going out and buying the movie when it comes out in America. I'll support it. Even though, like I said, I haven't liked the series, where the series has been going in the direction Kubo's been doing with the characters and whatnot. But hopefully, they can do more stuff like this with the movies. And with that being said, Bloody Days, Gory Nights. I'll catch you guys next time, and I'm out. Peace.